Okay, irlsonic back here again. It's cold. It's hot. Not cold. It's hot. I should have got more ice in there. I'm sweating, and I wanted to make this video talk about Sonic 06. When Sonic 06 came out, I don't know, I was pretty young. PlayStation 3 just came out, and you know, PlayStation 3 was cool. PlayStation 3 was cool. It was alright. It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, you know. I remember the first video games that came out for PS3. They were kind of, you know, they still had that PlayStation 2 feel to them a little bit. They were just slightly better than PS2 games. But the PS2 games were better because they're just classics. They were better games, but the technology was better for the PS3, so the games were technically better. You know, the graphics were better, but the gameplay wise is alright. You know, the PS2 games were still better in my opinion when the first PS3 games came out. So I was still playing a lot of PS2, and I thought that was going to be only for a little bit. I thought the PS3 games were going to get really good because there's so much hype around the PS3. I thought they were just saying it was so much better than the PS2. You know, you would think that eventually it's going to have really realistic graphics on it. That's what it seemed like was going to happen, but you know, it wasn't that impressive. So back to Sonic 06, right? This game was so hyped. I remember before it came out, I was so excited to play the new Sonic the Hedgehog game. They didn't even call it Sonic 06, they just called it Sonic the Hedgehog. So I'm like, oh wow, we're gonna get a classic Sonic game for the PS3. We're gonna get something really good. So I'm thinking this is gonna be amazing. So we finally get the game. I didn't have a PS3. My friends had PS3, so we were all playing it at the same time. We got the game. I was excited, right? My friends didn't even want to play it at first. I was the first one to try it. I was like, I gotta try it. You gotta let me try it first, right? So I go for it. I'm watching the cutscene. I'm thinking the cutscene's awesome. And then I start playing the game. It was cool. It was cool at first. But then I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, this is not what I was expecting. Right? It was kind of like a broken version of Sonic Adventure. And Sonic Adventure 2. Those games are great. But it was like that. And it kind of got me upset because I like Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog on the PlayStation 2. But this was like, it had better graphics, but it was a broken version of those types of games. And I was thinking, Sega, come on. Why'd you hype me up like this, right? And so I gave it a chance. I'm like, you know, I did like the game a lot. But I started seeing things on the internet, making fun of it, clowning it, saying, and then I'm like, Sega, what'd you do to my reputation here? Do you know who I am? I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, and you did this to me on the PS3.